What's up, Jason Mayfield here. Today I want to show you how to add a paper to your Bible so you have more room to write. You could call this interleaving your Bible. But first, I need a haircut. That's much better. Thanks, Larry the Barber. Like I was saying, in this video, I want to show you how to interleave your Bible, or simply put additional note pages in your Bible. The benefit of this is if you have a lot of writing on the page, or if you have a Bible that there is no room for taking notes on the page, you can simply just add a page in between two pages in your Bible. And the nice thing is they'll be there, the notes are in there forever, and you can always reference back and have that there. The other benefit of doing this versus buying a Bible that's already built this way is that you don't have the extra thickness. Because let's be honest, I don't need a page of notes between every page in Numbers. Probably don't need it in Leviticus. Probably don't need it in Job. Might want it in the Psalms, might want it in the Proverbs, probably in all of the New Testament books. But there's a lot of places I'm not going to need a note page everywhere. And if you have a Bible like mine, a journaling Bible or a wide margin Cambridge, you might not need it everywhere because you already have space for notes. But if you get somewhere, like for instance for me, Romans 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, I might need a lot of paper there so I can add extra notes. So that's the benefit. And so we're going to show you how to do this. It's going to be super simple. Wait just a minute. Before I get too far into this video, I would be remiss if I didn't mention, if you're enjoying this content, if you like what's happening here, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below so we can have some dialogue. All right, back to putting papers in your Bible. Here is everything you need. A Bible, a pen, a ruler, scissors, or some type of paper cutter, a gift card or a debit card, glue stick, mustard, a pig, 3 eggs, a power coin, and keto coffee. And obviously, you're gonna need paper. So let's get started. This is a great Bible to do this in for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's cheap. So if you mess it up, it's not the end of the world. This costs less than $20, but it's also a great Bible. This actually, even though it's cheap, is one of my favorite Bibles that I've ever owned and ever read. I've only given it one pass, and ever since then, it has lived in the box, which a $20 Bible living in the box tells you how much I like it. So a great example of why you would want this note paper in there, look at this page. Obviously, this is before I started using any kind of color system. It's all black and yellow highlights and a little bit of red on here, and the page is so messy. Can you see it? It's so messy. So if I wanted to put some notes in here, first of all, I couldn't because I've written one note on the page, and that's about all I can fit on here.
Okay, I wrote 3.
There is no margin. There's no way to get anything in here, so adding a piece of paper is going to be a great way for me to add notes, archive my thoughts, put in things I want to teach, really whatever you want to write in your Bible. This is a great way to do it. So we're going to use this one to get started. So what we need now is we need our paper and our pen. So for this portion, all we need, Bible, paper, pen. So on the paper that you downloaded from my website, you can go in and you can do this fold. On the dotted line on the side, you want to start with a fold. If you just take your time, you can do this. Try not to go too fast. Don't worry about the red line right now, just fold it. So, we want to find out where we want this to sit in our Bible. By the way, there are some dots up at the top. Those are actually inch markers from the corner, so if you wanted to measure your Bible, you could, but I think this is the easiest way to do it. So I've left a little bit of margin there at the bottom. I'm going into the crease all the way. Then we're going to just draw a couple of little dots in the places that we want to cut. And the reason I do a couple of dots is so I make sure that the line I cut is going to be straight. This is the easiest way to measure it. Again, you could do it with a ruler or a tape measure, but that just seems like that's more work. So I've got my dots on the page. Hopefully you can see that. Got my dots on the page. Now, I'm going to take my ruler.
Everything's falling down.
Okay, we're going to take my ruler, make some straight lines. By the way, I should toss in at this point a caveat. I am the least crafty person in the world. The least. So we're going to make a straight line there. Make a straight line here. Now we need our scissors. You probably guessed it. We want to cut slightly inside the line. And if you have a paper cutter, which I do, that's probably the better way to do this because you get it straight. It's a little quicker. You can do multiple ones at a time. But I also think at the end of this process, you don't necessarily want it to be perfect. You want it to be functional. This is super functional. Back to this fold. You remember the red line? We're actually going to go cut that red line off. Because we don't want to take up too much space in the inner margin because you may already have notes there, and you know, the smaller that's going to be, the nicer it's going to look. So, next, my friend, we're going to grab our glue stick, and I would actually either take this scrap paper that you have or grab another sheet of paper, because when we apply the glue, we want to do it in a way that's not messy. And we don't want extra glue going anywhere because we want this thing to fit in our Bible right. So let's grab some extra paper. Super simple. We will stick one sheet of paper into the crease. We'll put one sheet of paper under the notes. Then we're going to use our glue stick. Now I'm doing I have another video coming out that's reviewing this glue stick, but this is not a permanent glue stick. You could use a permanent glue stick, but this is a Scotch repositionable glue stick, and it's super great. So that's what I'm using. But you could use a real glue stick if you want. You could probably use an Elmer's glue stick. It doesn't have to be super tough because it's going to be in the crease. There's a lot of security that's already kind of just built into the system there. So, all right. We're going to do 2 strokes. And with my glue stick, I have to wait 90 seconds. So 90 seconds. Just so you know, the reason that you want the glue on this little flap and not on the page is because you want the page to move freely and not pull your Bible page as you try to do stuff with it. So what this is going to do is it's going to make it where it functions like an actual page in the book. It's going to be a beautiful thing. You're going to love it. Okay, 90 seconds is up. At this point, you're going to want your gift card, your debit card, your credit card, which are no-nos. We're going to get you off that. So, you know, going debt-free, son. Okay, so we're going to place this in the crease as tight as we can on our own. Make sure your vertical looks good. So you don't want this page sticking out too much if you can avoid it, which mine's looking good. Then we're going to take our credit card or our debit card or our gift card, and we're going to stick it right in the middle down in the crease. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get it in the crease. That's the first order of business, son. First order of business. Now, put some slight pressure down towards the page that you're gluing it to, and it shall be glued. Now, depending on the glue you're using, you may have to let this sit for a little while. But with mine, it's done. So, now, this thing is in there. Snug. Now, because it's repositional glue, if I pull it real hard, it's going to come out. So, you know, I'm not going to be using this as nunchucks or anything. But for the moment, this is going to be great. And this actually lasts for forever. I say forever. I actually haven't ever used these glue sticks forever. But after 5 or 6 years, it should still be working. And so now, grab your pen, take notes. I like Bibles I can write in. And now you have it forever. When you shut it, assuming you got your measurements good and right, and maybe on the edges you might want to trim it up or something, but it'll just kind of shut, and there it is. It's in your Bible. It's all good. You are ready to rock. And whenever you open your Bible back up to that page, you'll have your notes. So this is really, really helpful. And again, this is great in cheaper Bibles. I would do this in a premium Bible. I would do this in my Cambridge Wide Margin. This is great in journaling Bibles if you run out of page or run out of room on the page. So really, really phenomenal system. Toss this out at you too. Also great for sermons that you preach on the regular. Obviously, I hope you're preaching new and fresh material frequently, but if you've got 5 or 6 sermons that when you travel or you go places or you're asked to speak that are your go-to messages, toss those in your Bible like this and you're ready to preach those right on the fly. And the cool thing is, it will look like all you have is your Bible, even though you're cheating. but this is okay cheating. So that's how you do it. Hey, if you liked this video, go ahead and do me a favor, like it, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Those things help us reach more people with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Just that little bit of interaction goes a long, long way. So to totally guilt you out, if you love the Lord, like, comment, and subscribe.